What's up, man?
What's good?
How we
What's
doing?
up, buddy? How we doing?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's good to hear.
Dude, I'm gonna call my shot right now. First of all, you go by MGK. What should I address you as?
Yeah, MGK is cool. Kels, Colson's my real name, so whatever, you know. I got a lot of
MGK,
nicknames.
I'm calling my shot right here. I think you and I are gonna be friends.
Okay, I'm down with that. I like that. You know, I don't know you guys' temperature yet, so I'm glad we're starting like that.
Yeah, see, I didn't really know. I honestly
What are we eating here? You gotta tell me what you're eating on.
They just made me some what'd you make me? What is this?
Brussels sprouts.
What was it? Oh, it's like pasta salmon.
I'm loving that.
I just eat the shit.
Yeah, listen, the temperature is good. Then I like this whole vibe right now. John's feeling good. I like you eating. We're good. We're gonna start off on the right foot here. This is good shit.
Are we on right now? Are we doing this shit?
Yeah,
we're on.
We just roll.
Okay.
I noticed that you sent over to your neighbor. You tried to be friends with him because I saw you got in a little bit of a parking war, which I'm dealing with now myself. So I want to get the scoop on what your neighbor's doing because I got all sorts of problems over here.
Oh yeah, I'm good at these type of things. Are you? Is it a house in front of you, next to you, or what? And what's the parking issue?
Right across the street, and we live near the train station. He accused me of driving from another town and parking in front of his house to walk to the train station. So he left a note on my window saying, like, "You're not from around here. Don't take up my parking spot." And I was like, "Motherfucker, I live next door."
Oh, hell no, that's
Right.
super aggressive, dude.
Right. So I went back to my car and I wrote a response note and I put it on my car facing his house so that he would see it. And we came out, we had words and the whole nine. But he felt stupid as fuck when I was like, I live right there, dude. It was great.
Damn. Yeah. Mine extends. I mean, I'm in a bit of a predicament because parallel to me across the street is him who has a problem or had a problem. We've solved this, but right next door, and they might be outside right now. Oh shit, the guy is outside. But this guy the whole family fucking hates me, dude. And I'm like, I have so many problems with your fucking house. Fuck my house. Your fucking house looks crazy. I can't even. And
dude,
he's outside smoking a cigarette, and like we're like within like a good 10 feet of each other. So I'm not going, you know.
This,
but yeah, over here it was basically like, you know, a lot of us live in this house, and each of us have multiple cars or a bunch of motorcycles, and like, it's just, I mean, it's got, I mean, I admit it's got to kind of be unpleasant sometimes, and
that was a cool thing, though. I heard how you sent him a bottle of Dom and was like, let's be friends. So that's cool.
Yeah. But you know what? He's new on the block, so we should have met when he first moved in. You know what I mean? Just to make it clear, like, hey, I am your neighbor. And
would you do something like that? Like someone of your status? Like, do you go over with like muffins and be like, welcome to the neighborhood? I feel like you're too big for that.
Yeah, I do that.
You do that shit? What do you bring over?
Right. I know the people on my block. I also know who doesn't like me on my block. But like, and it's half and half. It's half and half, and that's okay. But like, there's this kid right here, a couple houses down. He's probably like 12, 13. But like, dude, every time I see him outside shooting hoops or something or skating, I'll come skate with him or shoot hoops with him and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, you seem like a very friendly dude, and I feel like that kind of translates into your work because it seems like you're doing music with like everybody. You know everybody. You're collabing with everybody. Is that because you're like a friendly dude?
Fuck, man. I'd say, you know, my reputation for a long time was kind of the opposite, which may have been not that I wasn't friendly, but I was just very on the defense all the time. You know how you answered the fucking call today and you were like, and I said even too, I was on I must be on some like 2015 shit because even I was like, what's your temperature? You know what I mean? Like, we're really just like,
you're ready.
Why are we doing interviews with each other if we don't even fucking like each other? You know what I mean? Obviously, we respect each other's work, so obviously, but like, you know, that's part of growing up and being kind of like just the odd one out all the time. I was like you know, like I was the odd one out in middle school. I was the odd one out in high school. I'm the odd one out in the rap game. I'm the odd one out in the pop punk game. I'm the odd one out on tours. You know what I mean? I like, you know, like it's shit, man. It's
No, that makes sense to me though. It's like when you kind of dabble in a bunch of different worlds.
If your whole life, if even from down to, you know, your home life, you're just like the odd one. You know what I mean? You got to think about, I'm the only blonde one in my whole fucking family. It's just like I was always odd. You know what I mean? Like I was the tallest one in school, but I wore the same outfit every fucking day. I was the most awkward one. I was always the one with like dreams way too big for someone to even understand. Like I would be, you know, I'd be in high school writing these raps or middle school writing these raps. And I'm like, I'm going to be the biggest thing on the fucking planet. And everyone's like, dude, how could this little fucking dork who's sitting right next to me be anything? Like this is I was so lost in big dreams that everyone just thought I was crazy. So, you know, I grew up on the defense. And then obviously when I came out, it wasn't like exactly like I came out with like, you know, because it's funny when I look back, I think about like Mac, because me and Mac blew at the same time, and we were both like he was literally like a fucking almost like a state neighbor, because I'm in Cleveland, he's in fucking Pittsburgh. You know, we had ran each other into each other's cities a couple times and hung out with each other back before we ever blew up. And like he was always like just nice with the bars and just a nice dude. And I was always kind of like, I grew up just rapping in the streets and shit, so all my shit was really kind of, I was already damn near about to fight everybody because I would be the only white boy in a battle circle. And like if I said something too crazy or someone was losing or someone was whatever, like people don't want to, you know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Lose to me. So I'm already just kind of just fighting just to get my respect. And so it was like, you know, I was kind of like the guy to root for, but also the guy to hate. And I just took an interesting path. So I think I had to find myself, be confident with myself, and fucking just to not be on the defense anymore and just be like, that was a really long explanation. I'm very sorry about that.
No, I find
do you think like the interesting path leads you to leave? Like I was going through your catalog the other day, and like you have to be the only person who's dabbled in like you have songs with fucking Tech Nine, Kid Rock, Camilo Cabello, Haley Steinfeld, Travis Barker. You go through everything. Do you think there's anyone who's like crossed that many genres as you?
No, I think. No, I know, and you know, obviously, you want to speak on it as it's happening, and you want to be like, but look, I'm defying a genre, or look, I'm not sticking to one thing, or like, look, when I release something, you have to question, okay, well, what's this release going to be? It's not like a predictable, easy click, like, okay, well, I know what this is going to sound like. But a lot of people, it scares a lot of people at first because you're like, what the fuck? You're all over the place. But it's like, I just don't want to, you know, there's a reason why 10 years later, speaking on right now, like my label hit me and there's more clicks on your name right now that's up by like 29% than ever in your career. And I'm like, This is fucking crazy. Even me, I feel so new, you know what I mean? Like probably because I just found myself and it's exciting again. It makes me be like, you know, like
when do you think that
I'm
happened?
excited for the world to hear my, you know, more of my shit, you know what I mean? Like just from my head and from my musicianship. Go ahead. What'd you say?
When do you feel like that happened? Because I, you know, as a fan, just on the outside, I feel like recently it does feel. I don't want to say you popped because you've been on the scene for a while, but something changed, right? Was it? I don't know if it's when you went maybe a little more punk rock, or if something happened on social media, or maybe the battle with Eminem, whatever it might have been. Something changed where I feel like you went to a whole new level.
Yeah, I think it's all those things combined. I think it's I think you finally not just recognizing the person by their face or the name and being like recognizing like that there's talent and recognizing that you're a fan of maybe some shit that, you know, like even if it's to the movies that I've done or, you know, like those, it gets to a certain point. Cause I'd say my face popped right when I came out. Cause from the jump, even when I blew with Wild Boy, it was like, I would be on beaches in the Caribbean or I'd be touring in like fucking Russia. And I mean, we'd get mobbed everywhere. Like everyone would be like, oh shit, like I know your face. You know what I mean? Even if they only know the one song at that time, it was like they knew the face. But yeah, I agree. I think that the respect and all that shit kind of came recently, which is really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, respect on a broad level outside of like just the kind of the cult fan base that we have.
I feel like I kind of dove in more with the battle with Eminem, and then when I learned more about how you're doing like the more punk rock vibe, I realized it was like you're not really what I thought you were when I took the time to really take a look at it, and that there was a lot more and a lot different. And it's awesome. I mean, the new single, Bloody Valentine, is fucking fire. That shit goes. And I'm not just.
That shit goes off. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
fucking on the show. It's a fucking heater.
That's why I said we're gonna be friends, man. I was like, the second that came on, I was like, oh, I did not fucking expect this. I didn't know what I expected, but I did not expect this. And Bloody Valentine is fucking awesome. Awesome.
Okay, well, wait till you guys see the music video, dude, because you'll find out whose foot that is, and the fucking the foot on the cover of the art.
Yep. Step on your face.
But just the video itself, man, it's cool. It's some cool shit.
You've been doing some cool shit.
I was gonna say, what day is it today? Yeah, hopefully in the next week or two, it'll be out.
The speaking of cool shit, you're doing shit in quarantine, and where you're kind of doing covers and things like that. One in particular jumped out at me, and I think everyone is the Marilyn Manson Rihanna song.
How fucking weird was that?
That was dope,
dude. That was
the craziest shit ever. I was like,
first of all, it's jarring.
I'm talking about my performance. To be clear, I'm saying how crazy is it that of all songs that's in Marilyn Manson's head.
You could hear it in your voice where you were like, oh, okay, all right. Like, I didn't expect that one, but let's fucking go.
I said every part of that video, it's, I don't know, was it 2 minutes, 30 seconds, something like that?
Yeah.
But from 1, FaceTiming Marilyn Manson, to 2, Marilyn Manson requesting Rihanna, and 3, your cover of it, I thought were all 10 out of 10. Like, that was fucking awesome. And again, this was where I was talking to Kevin last night about getting to interview, and I'm like, he's a lot different than what I thought he was. He's got some fucking awesome shit, and I was floored by that. Floored by Bloody Valentine. I'm a Machine Gun Kelly diehard now.
You're a stan. You're an MGK.
I'm a fucking big stan, man. Big stan.
You know what, man? Number one, I really do appreciate you saying that. I think it's very cool that I think one thing I realized was, it's kind of, and I hope artists that are watching this or anybody just watching this period that is kind of wondering whenever their time is coming or whatever the fuck, like, dude, I had to sit there for 10 years and eat so much shit just to, reach a point where I finally felt comfortable, not in my own skin, but just kind of like, confident, I guess, like, and finally getting some type of payback for the work that I felt like I was putting in from the jump. But like, seeing like Cudi, the way that him kind of like 10 years later after his first album, like the young people coming out, like Jaden Smith and all these people coming out and being like, yo, he's the GOAT. Or like, yo, I fucking like love what because people, the peers weren't saying that at the time when he came out. You know what I mean? I was living it. I was there. I was watching, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just to see him get his flowers and shit, it's really cool because I've seen so many peers of mine fucking not get their flowers, you know what I mean? And they're gone and they'll and they might not ever know how we felt. So I really do appreciate that, man.
I do have to be honest, though. I got to be honest, because I would be hypocritical if I wasn't honest about it. Not too long ago, when I was writing blogs and on the podcast, I definitely have said the phrase "fuck MGK" because in your personal life, dude, you've been on a hot streak with some of the company you've been keeping. A couple of the girls you've been hanging out with are at the top of my list of girls that I would go hard for. And you are running through them, dude. You've been doing well. You've been doing well on that scene, and I feel like it's been a good run on that front.
Oh, I genuinely like all these people, so I wouldn't necessarily put it in the words that you said.
No, that is rude the way I'm saying it. But every time I see the new another headline, it's like you are hanging with whether you're making music, whether you're making movies, whether it's your personal life, you are with all the dopest people out there right now.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, it's. You live and you learn, man. I don't care that you said fuck MGK before. All that matters is the end story. That's kind of what I was saying. That's kind of what I was trying to say. I'm high as fuck, obviously, but I was trying to, kind of just say to people out there, like, yo, if you just stick through shit and you just, take. Of course, I know you're not the only one that said that either. You know what I mean? There's millions. You know what I'm saying? And the point is, Point is,
yeah, but I'm also saying I meant it in a like I'm jealous because you're killing it way. I'm not saying like fuck you. I'm saying like every time I saw the girl you're hanging with or the movie you're doing, I'm like, this fucking guy is living the dream right now.
I mean, yeah, you're not alone, man. Everyone, when I go out, dudes like you hate me all the time, so it's all right.
Is that true though? Do you feel like the average guy is like hating on you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You say when you go out, like people say it to your face?
Oh yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I'll do it behind your back, bro. I'll say it on my blog. I wouldn't do it to your face.
Oh wait, can you do a trick for us? I saw on your Instagram you had a fucking you blew a ring and then you like snorted it.
Let me see. Oh, I got last ring. Hold up,
dude. I love smoke tricks. Smoke.
Yeah, if you could do that, it's a party.
Oh, sure. You recording? My bad. Can I do one little smoke trick in here? Right. You don't gotta stop recording. I'm just like.
Man, I want to be a fucking rock star.
Let's
go! That's fucking great. I would do that shit every time.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait. Sorry, guys.
The master at his craft here.
Gotta get it right.
Oh, you didn't see it, huh?
I did it. You couldn't watch it go. That's good.
No. Fuck.
I keep getting giddy. I'm like dancing.
Could you see it?
Yeah. I would do that.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but it was going in there every time.
Every time I would do that shit.
I need a name for it, dude. I never have a name for it. Do you guys have any suggestions?
Oh. You know what we'll do too? We'll come up with some shit, but when we put out the podcast, we'll put it out on social. We'll see if we can get some ideas out there. We'll crowdsource this.
I don't know how name and tricks works, but like the first thing that come to mind was blowing smoke. Because you're kind
of blowing smoke. That's crazy. That's a pun. That's a bar, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
it. We had a question for you. When we have, first of all, happy birthday, right? It was your birthday last week?
Thank you, yes.
But we have a lot of like when we have celebrities come through, we do like your birthday booze crew, like who you'd want to go out with, who shares a birthday with you. Do you happen to know any of the celebrities who share one with you?
Yeah, actually, do you know them? Do you have them written down?
I got them for you. We got all right. We got.
Okay, my neighbor went in the house. Yeah, that dude fucking can't see me.
We got Amber Heard, Jack Nicholson.
Oh, that guy, yeah, dude. That was why I was stoked on my birthday. Was that Jack had my birthday?
Because would he be in it? You also have Peter Frampton, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. There was one other one.
Tito.
Oh, Terry Francona.
You're a Cleveland boy. Terry Francona on the list. You could chop it up with him and have a time.
That's tight. I'm going with Jack for sure.
Jack and Tito would be a wrecking crew. Jack, Tito, and Michelle Kelly. Watch the fuck out, man.
And yeah, actually, one of my favorite rooms to hang out in LA. It's a secret room in this bar. But yeah, Jack Nicholson, Lennon, Jim Belushi, all these people, they used to kick it in this back room all the time. This is like the secret room that we go in. It's called the Nicholson Room.
It's called the Nicholson Room? Who do you go back there with?
Friends, and like other. I mean, it's like one of the rooms. Like if other actors are there, other musicians, whatever. So musicians, we all go kind of hang back there.
Dude, we got.
Dude, I played Bloody Valentine for people back there all the time on the speakers, and went out into the main bar and would just play it. Like I would always play The Killers, Mr. Brightside. Then I would follow the Bloody Valentine to like no one would really, not think that this song was. They wouldn't even know that it was me. They were just like, this song. They were just vibing. But I would always just set it with Mr. Brightside, so they're just in it.
They kind of like
This was months ago. This was a long time before the song came out.
That's a duo right there, man. We got a request. Can we throw out a cover idea since you've been doing them all through quarantine?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Can you do The Greatest Show? You know the musical, The Greatest Show?
Yeah. My boy did that soundtrack actually.
Give me
No.
that. That's what we like. That's like the theme of our podcast.
The Greatest Showman, your boy did that soundtrack. The Greatest Showman is one of like the hardest going songs. I don't know if you've seen the movie. When it starts and they're just like at a circus, and it's like, boom, boom, boom. It's fucking dope.
If you I always see in posts though about how it's number one. It's like number one all the fucking time. That soundtrack or something. So I'm gonna check it out.
MGK, The Greatest Showman, monster hit.
Because I also consider myself the greatest showman on stage, also. So that is appropriate. If you've never been to one of our shows, which I assume you have not.
I have not. But why would you assume I have not? Why do you say that?
Because if you would have seen us live, you would have been a fan from the day that you saw it.
I thought you were profiling me.
Nah, dude, you look cool.
Thank you, bro. I'll
All
take
right.
it.
Now you're starting to lie on the podcast. We can't have that.
No, you got fucking weird astronauts in the back. He has paintings. It's cool. It's cool shit. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I got my children's artwork up here. I got the up here. So we're doing
that's
all big. All right, man. Well, we appreciate the time, and the new single is very dope. Bloody Valentine.
Thank you.
Later in July is Tickets to My Downfall.
Yeah, July. It's a summer album for sure.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
All right, can you guys go? I need you guys to get in your car and go blast that and just and ride to that shit. And you know what I mean? Get the Barstool Squad on that. This is the fucking beer pong fucking anthem. This is the fucking riding in your car with your friend anthem. This is the fucking go to the beach, watch the sunset anthem. This is the fall in love anthem. This is all of that.
We're having a Barstool beer pong tournament, and it's going to be obviously through quarantine. And I'll make you this solemn promise, MGK. That will be my song on repeat whenever I'm playing.
Let's go! That's hard.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you so much, man.
Before you guys play that game, go ahead and run that replay back of me hitting the 3-cup game winner on the Nelk Boys.
Yo, we were saying on the last episode, on our last podcast, we were talking about things that like still make you feel really athletic. And you skate and shit. You said you hoop, so you're probably still athletic already. But hitting beer pong, number one. If you go back to back on a cup, that shit, you get the crowd going. Number one, you still feel like an athlete in your prime.
Yep. Winning a Grammy, winning a beer.
Same level. All right,
man.
Thank you, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there's a guy, Machine Gun Kelly, who will just never be even a fraction as cool as he is.
I'm looking forward to when Machine Gun Kelly does a rap about blowing smoke. And
that was you. You could put your hand up on that one. I have bars. I have bars.
He was. If you watched the interview, he was like, "Oh shit, I like that. That's a bar."
That was very cool. That was a very cool moment. So go download Bloody Valentine. Cannot co-sign it enough. And now let's get into it with Logan Paul.